One way to explore a specific subject is to study masters. We've done that in school so many times, and I thought it'd be interesting to do that here in this 30-day abstract challenge. So in looking into abstract painters, there was many to choose from, and I think today I want to look at paintings from Kandinsky, Vasily Kandinsky, just because he's credited with having made the first abstract recognized painting. I think it would be interesting to go through his work. I think it would be interesting to explore his work and then get inspired by it. What I'm gonna do is just browse through famous paintings of his, see what catches my attention, and see what it inspires me to do. Let's just see where it goes. I completed 9 pieces. Yes, 9 pieces. And I think that I have a few things that are interesting. I didn't have any expectations going in, and I didn't really study Kandinsky. I know not that much about him. I had an art history class many years ago, and I didn't want to just like rationalize everything too much or theorize or like go deep into the meaning of what he did. Like I just knew some little bits, and I just wanted to look at his images and see what struck me personally and what I found most interesting without making it complicated. What I found interesting about his work is all the very precise line works that work kind of like technical drawings almost, or like a secret language dialect that he writes with. It's just very interesting. It's very him. It's recognizable. It's very far from what I would do naturally. I'm not very precise in my line. I'm more like raw edges, like shaky line, tentative lines. Like that's what I have always done naturally. I used to really dislike that about me, but I've learned to appreciate it and just embrace it, because that's my natural way of doing it, which is fine in itself because everything is valid and everybody's different, and that's the beauty of the world, right? It took me a long time to appreciate it and accept that imperfection could be interesting. So his work is really different from mine. I was very interesting to kind of incorporate his very precise thin line work into my kind of world. I kind of stayed true to his compositions, and I added a few of my things within it. So I added the more expressive, gestural, thicker lines, contour lines, and different things. Some things are more successful than others. Overall, I'm really happy about it. One of my favorite is the circle with the straight lines in the middle. Is very minimalistic, but for some reason I really like it. I also really love the big like tornado line in the center with the square like graphic elements that are symmetrical on both sides. I think that's very balanced and very interesting. I would see something like that as a large painting, you know, like some kind of like Kandinsky homage or something. The first 4 paintings that I made, the circles, was inspired by this painting of his. His was one work of art. I decided to do mine as 4 separate little squares. And because he worked in color, and that's obvious that that piece is interesting because of the colors that he was playing with, I had to kind of be creative in my own interpretation of it in black and white and work more with textures and different patterns that I wanted to play off of. I don't know that it's fully successful. I feel like maybe one of them is more successful than others. But overall, it was still interesting and a good challenge to try to find something interesting with just black and white. I understand why teachers in school make you study masters now that I'm older, because as a younger person, maybe I didn't get it as much, or it might not have been as fun. Now I understand that it could be interesting to see something so different from what you love, because there's always a few things that are kind of like mini revelation, making you think, oh, I could do this. Bring it to my stuff and enhance my stuff. At least that's how I see it. So, Kandinsky, I love your work. I'll see you tomorrow.